Hi, hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Teresa Renee Hunt. I am your host here. I am the visionary and founder of Truth to Renew Hearts Publishing. This is the very first live video taking place from this page, and what to expect as you engage on this page is writing tips, communication tips, publishing tips. So I'm so glad that you're here today. Again, I am Teresa Renee Hunt. Go ahead and come on in if you're here live. Be sure to say hello. I want to thank you for being here. And if you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and engage with me as if you are here, because I do read the comments. If you have questions, if you want to inbox me, you are welcome to do so about anything that has to do with writing, editing, publishing. I'm your go-to girl for that. So I want to thank you so much for being here. Again, this is the first live video that's happening here on this page because I usually go live from my personal page or my public page. But today we're coming live. We're going live on Truth to Renew Hearts, and we're also going to go live on Instagram. So I'm going to ask if you're joining to go ahead and share this video with someone who you know can benefit, someone who is looking to write their book, someone who needs to unleash their story and their truth to the world. So as I'm asking you to go ahead and share this video, I am going to do the same because I'm sharing it right now on my Facebook page. So go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and get started from there. All right. So we're also, like I said, going live from Instagram. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that live button, and then we're going to get started. So hello, Instagram. Hello, writers. Hello, those of you who want to publish a book, visionaries. Hello, we are on Facebook and we are on Instagram live tonight. So I am Teresa Renee Hunt. I am the founder of Truth to Renew Hearts Publishing. I am an educator, a former school administrator, and so I'm very passionate about helping women share their story, write their book, share their message, and go ahead and get started so you can write and finish your book and publish it, of course. So we're on Instagram tonight for the first time. We are on Facebook tonight for the first time, coming from the Truth to Renew Hearts Publishing page. And we're going to dive right in because this message tonight is titled, Don't Overthink It. Don't overthink it. 3 ways to overcome being a writer in waiting. We all know what it is to wait. We all know what it is to say, this is the year that I'm going to write my book, and then 12 months fly by and we still haven't written it yet. By the way, let me tell you, I'm not just speaking from not having any experience, but I am an author myself. I wrote and published my first book titled Positioned to Be Found, How to Prepare Yourself for Marriage Right Now. That was in 2015, March of 2015, that book released. Within 2 days of that book being released, it became an Amazon #1 best-selling book. And today it is still in the bestseller category. So in the top 50 at that. 2 years later. So I am letting you know that you can do this just like I have. And I want to share with you some tips on how you can actually get your book started, how you can get it finished, and how you can get it published. Hello, thank you if you're on Facebook. Hello, if you are on Instagram. So don't overthink it. 3 ways to overcome being a writer in waiting. So those of you who know, I had an event, Beauty Breakthrough Branding. It's almost been 2 weeks. And my topic was on transforming your pain into power and writing a publication, right? And so I asked the audience, I said, okay, who wants to write a book? And I'm telling you, there were out of 60 plus women that were there, all of them raised their hand. And then when I said, okay, so how many have actually started writing their book, or how many have published their book? All the hands went down except for 3, and I was included in the 3. So I know for a fact that there are so many women who want to write a book, who have a story, who have a message, but are having difficulty actually accomplishing the goal of writing and publishing the book. So if you are in that waiting category, you're waiting for things to be perfect, you're waiting for the right graphic design, you're waiting for the audience to come, you're waiting for the perfect timing, I'm so glad you're here because I want to share with you 3 ways to overcome getting out of that writing, being a writer in waiting. So the first thing is that I want you to know, hello, thank you so much for being here. First time live here, so drop a comment, let me know that you're here. First thing, we're just diving in, is when you want to get out of being a writer in waiting, you have to, number 1, know that you are enough. What do I mean by that? We are our worst critics sometimes. We get in our own way sometimes. We are the ones stopping ourselves from moving forward many of the time. And so what I'm challenging you to do is to believe in yourself. I know that seems like so basic, but really a lot of our what we're able to produce, the fact that we're able to have fruit in our lives really has a direct correlation to our mindset. Hello, thank you so much for being here. It has to do with our mindset. So in order to overcome being a writer in waiting, you must know that you are enough. You must know. So a lot of times, like I said, we're waiting. We're talking ourselves out of it, right? We overthink things, but who's going to read my book? But I don't have a big enough following. And we say all of these things. Well, I don't really know that much, or I don't have as much experience as the person next door. I don't have as much notoriety as this person on my timeline, whatever it is. But it's important for you, if you're really going to birth out, if you're really going to push out what it is that you believe God has given you to share, it's so important for you to know that you are enough. Your expertise is enough for this season. Your story is enough for this season. It doesn't mean that you don't continue learning. It doesn't mean that you don't continue pursuing your educational dreams. It doesn't mean that you don't climb the corporate ladder or whatever it is. It just means that at this particular time, if you're serious about getting the book out that's in your heart, you have to believe that you yourself at this particular time, in this particular season, are enough, that you are enough. So hello, thank you for joining if you're on Facebook, and we are also live on Instagram tonight for the first time. So drop a comment, say hello, let me know that you're here, and feel free to share this out if you know someone who is waiting and needs to write their story. This is perfect. Hey Odyssey, thank you for being here. So, and I know, here's the other thing. When we think ourselves out of it, when we overthink it, sometimes we don't act. Tonight, if you're in Pittsburgh, the Janet Jackson concert, she's here, right? Hello, hey Tia, she's here. And at first I was like, wait, I planned to come on forgetting that the concert was on tonight. And I was like, no, people can watch the replay. No, people who need to be here live will be here live. And those who are at the concert, they may catch it another time. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I know what I'm called to do because I'm not there at the moment. So the same thing for you. When you start thinking about all the external reasons about why you can't do, why you can't write, why this isn't a good time, you're actually disqualifying yourself and saying, maybe I'm not good enough right now. But that's not the case. You are good enough. So that is number 1. If you are going to overcome being in a writer's waiting circle is what I'm calling it tonight, you have to believe that you are enough. Number 2 is that you have to pick a topic and run with it. Run with it. Run with it. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. So if you see me looking back and forth, that's why. Pick a topic and run with it. Well, how in the world do I know what I'm supposed to write, Teresa? How in the world do I even get started? Well, here's some questions. Because you'll never get started and you'll never finish the book if you don't get clear on what it is that you're trying to convey or what you even want to write. Because some of us are multi-passionate. Some of us have so many ideas. And then some of us just want to write a book, but we don't know what to write. Well, I would say that it's very important for you to get passionate about whatever it is that you want to write, because you will be exhausted if you're trying to produce a piece of literature about something that you are just not even, your whole heart isn't into. So the first thing is that know that you are enough. The second thing is pick a topic and run with it. So here's the question. What is it that people come and pick your brain about? Is it about relationships? Is it about your job? Is it about divorce? Is it about politics? What do people want to get your opinion on? Is it about social media marketing? Is it about raising a child? Is it about single parenthood? What is it that people want to pick your brain about? That's how you can kind of identify, hello, thank you for joining, what it is that you can write about. What is it that people pick your brain about? Number one. What is it that you are passionate about? Number two. If you're trying to get out of being a writer in waiting, you have to know what it is that you're even writing about. And in order to identify that, first, like I said, you can think about, what do people come to you for? What do people pick your brain about? What is it that you are passionate about? And then number three, what is your professional experience? Those are 3 P's right there, alliteration. So you can choose in amongst those categories, and that's just the beginning of things. Some topics and subjects that you can write on that people may be interested in. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. Hello, Instagram, and hello, Facebook. So 3 ways to overcome being a writer in waiting. Number 1, we said, was know that you are enough. Trust yourself. Know yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't compare yourself. Don't let procrastination get in the way. Know that you are enough and you have what you need, the knowledge, the expertise, the experience, the educational background. You have what you need for this season right now. You know, yes, you'll grow, but for the book that you are trying to get out in 2018, right? You have to believe that you have it inside of you and you are just releasing it, okay, to the world. Number 2, pick a topic and run with it. How do I pick a topic? Well, here's some quick 3 things that I said, is that you can think about, what do people come to you for? What do they pick your brain about? Number 2, what are you passionate about? And number 3, what is your professional experience? You can pick something within the realm of those 3 things. That's just a beginning to figure out what you want to write about, but you will always be waiting if you do not get started. It's really that simple. And number 3, the third way to overcome being a writer in waiting is to make time. Listen, make time. Don't wait for time. You got that? Make. That means create. That means develop. That means find it. Hello, thank you for joining. Make time. Don't wait for time. Oh my goodness. This is so key because, again, like I said, when I hosted Beauty Breakthrough Branding and there were 60 plus women in the room and I said, how many of you want to write a book? Every single hand went up. How many actually wrote the book? There were 3 of us in the room of 60 plus women who actually wrote the book. But I commend them and I commend you for being here tonight, because I believe that because you're here and because you really want to overcome getting out of being a waiting writer, that you're here because you want to finally implement these tips so that you can get your book out. So number 1, the way to overcome it is that you have to know that you are enough. Number 2, you have to pick a topic and run with it. And number 3, make time. Don't wait for time. I see that people are here. Go ahead and say hello. Go ahead and say hello. I know Odyssey was here. I know Tia was here. But here's the thing. If you don't assign your time, someone else will. There's always going to be a family member who needs your help. There's always going to be a friend who needs your advice. There's always going to be another church service. There's always going to be something else begging for your time. But when you know that you are called in a specific season to share your message, to share your experience, to push this book out, you have to create the time. You have to set time aside in order to reach your goal. Goals just don't manifest without you making a move, without you making a commitment to get it done. So here's the deal. I am asking that if you're watching this video, even on the replay and even on and thank you, Tia, for sharing earlier too, even on the live stream on Instagram or on Facebook, share this with somebody, because we don't want any more books to go unwritten. We'd have to push each other, encourage one another. And tonight I just shared 3 very practical things that will help you get your message out and help you get started. So number 1 was know that you are enough. Don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself. Don't compare yourself. Don't sit on yourself. Don't belittle yourself. You have a message that somebody is going to read. Yes, don't ask. Don't say, who's going to read this? Am I good enough? What's going to happen if, no, just get it out there, promote it, let people know the value in it. But the main thing is write about something that you're passionate about. Please don't just say I'm going to write a book because, oh, that's just what I want to do. Well, you're going to get tired out real quick unless you have a very clear purpose and a very clear vision of why you want to write it. You're going to exhaust yourself. So know that you are enough. Number 2, pick a topic and run with it. Remember, what do people pick your brain about? What are you passionate about? And what is your professional experience? You can probably find something in the realm of all 3 of those that will help you determine what you're going to write. And number 3 is make time. Don't wait for time. The time is not, we all are given 24 hours in a day. We have to assign our time. We have to understand before the day begins and when the day begins, what it is that we're trying to accomplish. So if you don't assign your time, if you don't carve out the time, somebody else will steal it away. And you'll be wondering, oh my goodness, 365 days then went by and my book is not done. But 2018, I'm believing in you and I'm here for you to help you manifest and birth your book. So if you want to connect further, I'm inviting you to go ahead and like this page, the Truth to Renew Hearts Publishing page, where I'll be sharing tips about writing, about publishing, about editing, about getting your story out there. Also, you can visit the website truth2renewheartspublishing.com. And then lastly, you can go to bit.ly/I'm ready to write. That way you can get the emails about when our boot camps open up and just other ways that we can stay connected so you can get those tips and strategies directly in your inbox. That's bit.ly/I'm ready to write. So if you're just joining, we are actually closing, so I invite you to catch the replay. But tonight was all about pushing you and helping you overcome being a writer in waiting, because your message is needed. We want your book to come out in 2018. You can do this. You got this. Just don't overthink it. Don't belittle yourself. Don't come down on yourself. Get your mind right so that you can speak life into yourself and life into your book, and so that other people's lives can therefore be changed. So I thank you so much for being here, Tia. I thank you for hanging in here with me tonight, and everybody else who was on here that did not drop a comment, who may have been back and forth. But I thank you all for being here, and be sure to subscribe to get the notifications for when we are live from the Truth to Renew Hearts Publishing page. And I will talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye.